across the cosmos, another war has taken place. On Oa. After the death of Darkseid, millions of the Dark God's slaves, his parademons, flocked towards the brightest light in the universe, the Central Power Battery. The entire Green Lantern Corps gathered. They fought. And they were broken. The Lanterns fought bravely. Take one down, but more would come. Eventually, the endless wave of parademons would drown the entire Corps. The parademons could not be stopped, so they got to the Central Power Battery. They took their mother box and they merged it with the light. The source of the Lantern's power joined with theirs. The mindless drones of Apocalypse forced the Lanterns to go into their new power battery. They asked the Lanterns to be gods. All refused. So, they started killing Lanterns. The Corps fought bravely, but one by one, they died. And one by one, they rose. Their bodies are turned and the Parademon army grew. Many years ago, the young Jordan, who would one day rise to become one of the bravest Lanterns to ever join the Corps, is praying at a local church. He is saddened by the death of his father, Martin Jordan. But a fellow fighter pilot is present. He empathizes with young Hal. This man is also a fighter pilot, and he had heard great things about Martin Jordan. Hal was sent here to light a candle for his late father, but he doesn't believe in a higher power. If there was a god, wouldn't he come down to save his father from the plane crash? His eyes tears up, and he throws the candle across the room. His father should be alive. What did God do? He just watched. God just watched as Hal's father burned. The man tells the boy that God is not to blame. God's got no choice but to watch. God couldn't stop that plane crash. He had to let it happen. Everything he does, it's all necessary. It has to be. God has to be who he is. He has to do what he does. But God doesn't have that one thing that we have. It's will. It's our own free will that he gave us. Present day, Hal Jordan, the last remaining Green Lantern, has returned, and he's met with his friend Kilowog the Parademon. He takes out his one-time friend and asks his ring to scan all life forms on the planet. Over 1 million conscious life forms were picked up, but only one is the Green Lantern. We discovered that after Darkseid's death, his mother box longed for a new user, someone or something of great power. The Central Power Battery fits that description. The box traveled to Oa and used its ocean of parademons to take the battery from the Lanterns. But wait, the battery isn't conscious, it's pure unshaped will. The mother box is still in need of a new user, a new master, a new god. An army of parademons have detected Jordan's activities. They converge upon him, but Hal's got plenty of willpower to dish out. Against unbeatable odds, Jordan raged on while his ring counts down the number of conscious life forms on the planet. The ring advises Jordan that he will eventually fail. Jordan replies, "Just shut up and count it." The man never got to fly with Hal's dad, but you know what? It's free will that gives us our freedom. Martin chose to do what he does, and he loved every bit of it. This is your world, Hal. You get to choose. God gets to watch. You think we go to church to worship God? No. The truth is, God comes to church to worship us. This man has been up high. He has seen it all. The stars right up close. Do you know what it looks to him? Just a bunch of candles. Oh wow. Jordan is beat. His ring is drained. He is powerless and the Parademon transports him to the power source. This moment clears his head. You want to know one of the most important things the Corps teaches a rookie? Never exceed your authority. Know your limitations. Know that you can't change everything. You are not a god. You bleed. But when you bleed green. But Jordan was never a cautious one. In this moment, he accepts the box's offer. He begins to change. The power of the source flows within him. Jordan sees everything. He finally sees what Batman sees. He sees the light. No, he is the light. Hal Jordan is the god of light. With his newfound godhood, he asks Mother Ring if he can restore the chaos. Return the core and send the demons back to Apocalypse. The ring replies, "You are now a god, Hal Jordan. Just say the words." The deed is done, and Jordan requests for his mother box to count out the life forms on Oa. There are 7,200 Green Lanterns, 10 Guardians, 0 Parademons, and 1 God. Jordan is no longer bound by space-time. He is the light and he can go anywhere. Hal takes a moment to soak it in. The stars. They are so beautiful. They resemble something back on Earth. They look like candles. At this moment, he realizes that he was that man. He is the fighter pilot at the church. Jordan travels back in time to that day when he cursed the gods. Life is precious and fragile. Free will is freedom. Mortals are free to choose. Gods can only watch. What is Hal Jordan without his will? No man should have the power of a god. At this time, Jordan commands the Mother Ring to destroy itself and return him back to Oa. Ring. Count it out. 2,700 lanterns. 10 guardians. No demons. No gods. Jordan could have done it. He should have done it. He could have made a better world. You want to know why he chose not to? Gods have no will, and Hal Jordan from Sector 2814 is not going to give that up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey, and today we are reviewing and recapping the Justice League Darkseid War Green Lantern Issue 1. So, we have done the Batman, Superman, Flash, and the Shazam Darkseid War tie-in. So why not do the Green Lantern one? Heck, it's a given that the Luthor tie-in is on its way. So, I didn't think I could do all of them, but there isn't any other comic series that are appealing to me right now. So I got some time, so why not? Alright, let's jump into my review of this issue. At first, I didn't enjoy it that much, but I gave the issue a second read, and I don't know how I could have missed that much epicness that is this issue. The first thing that threw me off was the art. I wasn't much of a fan of it, but it quickly grew on me. The second thing that turned me off was the amount of dialogue in this issue during the scene with the young Hal Jordan. But then once the older figure shows his ring, I had to reread this issue from the beginning. Obviously, we get the signature aviator's jacket, so we can safely assume that it's Hal Jordan. Once that was clear to me, I read the remaining few pages with so much hype and excitement, and I was not let down. So, let's go over a few things that stood out to me in this issue. I loved how older Hal Jordan gave the talk about the gods being jealous of men because of our free will. It reminds me of Greek mythology, or at least I believe it's Greek mythology, which states that the gods are jealous of humans because of our mortality. Everything we do is so much more precious because it could be our last. The fact that we die makes living that much more enjoyable. Immortality is a curse, not a gift. That made me think of the concept of gods in a new light, and this issue about gods not having free will reminded me of that, and I loved it. The theme of free will is once again present in this Green Lantern story. Sometimes this concept isn't properly presented, but this issue did a great job tying free will with gods and men, and that's another thing I enjoyed about this issue. So, let's take a closer look at Jordan's fellow teammates. Batman became a quote-unquote god by acquiring Mobius's chair. Superman is high on Apocalypse solar radiation. Shazam lost his original 6 gods and got new ones. Flash became the new host of the Black Racer. And Luthor got struck by Darkseid's Omega energy. Now, we got Hal Jordan becoming a god by merging a mother box with his power ring. This is so far-fetched even for my standards. But the progression of the story is keeping me at the edge of my seat, so I'm gonna push my logical brain to the side to continue enjoying the story. You gotta give it to DC though. Everyone became a quote-unquote god in their own way. Very creative, DC. Okay, so for those who don't know, Wonder Woman isn't left out. After Ares fell from his position, Diana is now the new Greek god of war. So yep, meet your new justice gods. God gives for everyone. Alright, so since we have already gone through the other tie-ins, you can't expect a Luthor tie-in to come sometime soon. But if you're joining us for the first time and you're a bit lost in the story, then you're in luck. I compiled the Darkseid War checklist with clickable links to our coverage on the Comic Island website. I'll have a link in the description below. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Darkseid War Green Lantern Issue 1? And which one has been your favorite tie-in so far? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my review, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another Darkseid War tie-in.